You want to put your home on the market for sale. Do this before you do that. What is that? That is, ask your agent for a seller net sheet. A seller net sheet goes over all the costs associated with selling your property, and it's kind of like an itemized sheet that will give you an estimated net at closing. Okay, so you take the sales price, the approximate sales price, you subtract A, B, C, D, E, F, G from it, and then you come up with your number that you should walk away with at closing. Now, it is obviously approximate, okay, because you don't have all the contract details, but it will save you the shock if you're walking away with a number that you did not anticipate. I will give you an example. Let me tell you what happened to one of my colleagues. She was representing the buyer on this deal. And 2 days before closing, the seller's agent calls her and says, hey, we're no longer able to move forward because the owner's kid ran into the garage, completely damaging the garage door. So imagine the shock of that, right? So the buyer, her as the buyer's agent, she's like, okay, oh my gosh, they made pictures. Was there insurance? Blah, 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 blah. It came down to it. The seller was making that up because the buyers drove by the property and saw a perfectly fine garage door. I don't know why they used that as an excuse. It was just not good. It just wasn't good at all. But they used it. They tried it. But to make the long story short, the seller decided that they did not want to sell. Well, my colleague was like, okay, wait a minute. They are out. My clients are out a lot of money. All the preparation for moving, not to mention her commission, she would be going after for sure. She's not going to let it go. So the seller's agent went back to the seller and said, hey, we're under pressure because the buyer's agent will be pursuing her commission. And then also the buyer will be pursuing their expenses as well. So what it came down to is the seller discovered 2 days before closing what they would walk away with. And it was pretty much nothing. And then they tried to back out. Now, I'm not judging the other agent because I don't know. Maybe she did show them a seller net sheet. Maybe there was a lien that came up on the property that they weren't expecting. So this is no judgment there. But if you are selling your property and you want to know all of the expenses, don't just go off of the calculation in your mind. Have your agent actually put in the prorations for the taxes and prorations for this. Approximate. So that way you'll have a better understanding of what you should walk away with. I do it for listing presentations. Whenever I'm meeting the seller, I always show them a seller net sheet. And then I also do it when my client receives an offer on their home to purchase. If you don't know what a seller net sheet and you want me to do a video on that, just comment seller net sheet and I'll do a video on that. All right. Thank you. Bye.